Hi, my name is Dr. John Douillard, and welcome to LifeSpa.com, where we prove ancient medical wisdom with modern science. And today, I want to talk to you about Ayurvedic weight balancing, how to balance your weight, how to lose weight naturally, how to reset fat burning, fat metabolism in a natural way. It was back in 2000 where this book, The 3-Season Diet, that I wrote back in 2000 was published. And based on this book, we did a study on the weight balancing, weight loss program that I included in this book. This was the first book that I wrote on circadian medicine, Ayurvedic clock, how to live in sync with the natural cycles, how to go downstream, how to reset fat burning. And one of the study that we did was to sort of prove this idea that we could actually lose weight, but more importantly, be better fat burners if we would just live in sync with the circadian clock. Eat when we were designed to eat and sleep when we were designed to sleep. So we did a study. We had about 18 people in our study at the end of the study. It was a 2-month study, and we had them all eat 3 meals per day with no snacks. And I asked them to eat whatever they needed for breakfast to get them to lunch without a snack, whatever they needed for lunch to get them to supper without a snack, whatever they needed for supper to get them to breakfast, and see if they could do it with no snacks. And of course, they all freaked out. Oh my God, no snacking, you're kidding me, we need our snacks. They nibbled. It was sort of amazing how affected they were when I just asked them to eat 3 meals a day. I mean, traditional people thousands of years ago and even around the world generally eat 1, in many cases 2 meals a day max. 3 meals a day was a luxury. Now people are eating 5, 6 meals per day, snack, nibble here, nibble there. And when you do that, you just give the body more sugar. Okay, think about it for a second. You want the body to burn fat because it's stable fuel, it's long-lasting fuel, it's sleep through the night fuel, it's detox fuel, it's get your body to lose weight fuel, it's handle stress like water off a duck's back fuel. It's the fuel that we need to be burning because we've been eating and nibbling and gobbling and eating and meal, snack, meal, snack, meal, snack. We've been feeding the body with meals constantly, so why would you burn your fat stores when you get fed all day long? If you eat a meal and a snack and a meal and a snack and a meal and a snack, right? You're going to burn the meal and the snack and the meal and the snack and the meal and the snack. If you want your body to burn fat, which we do, you want to give the body a reason. If you have breakfast and nothing till lunch, and lunch nothing till supper, and supper nothing till breakfast, in between those long trips, you'll burn fat and you'll reset fat burning. Something that happens naturally in the seasonal sense, which would be famine in the spring and feast in the fall. And we'd have lots of food in the fall and not so much food in the spring, and we would then force the body into fat burning. In a daily cycle, and Ayurveda is all about cycles, the circadian clock's all about cycles, right? So in the daily cycle, we'd have a breakfast and a lunch, and the word supper comes from the word super supplemental, and it was always traditionally a very small meal. And people generally in the old days would go to bed early and wake up with the sun, also part of our circadian rhythms. And studies now show if you eat a big breakfast and a big lunch and no supper, really good things happen. Well, back in 2000, we did a study based on what I wrote in this book, and we had people eat 3 meals a day with the option to have no supper. So halfway through the study, half the study group volunteered, and they asked me, do we really need to have supper? And they asked me if they could skip supper. And I said, absolutely, it's a supplemental meal. So what happened was really interesting. In the first week or so, they were freaking out because they couldn't have their snack. But we met every week and we talked them through it, hang in there. But by the second week, we gave them a questionnaire every week, and we asked them questions about their anxiety, depression, cravings, fatigue, exhaustion, and insomnia. And after the second week, they all started seeing significant improvements. Where they were crazy the first week because they didn't have their snack. They were so addicted to the sugar and they wanted to get that juice, they wanted to get that injection. But when they got off the snack and they started burning fat, which is stable fuel, long-lasting fuel, sleep through the night fuel, all of a sudden they were stable and calm, handle stress more easily, more energy through the day, better sleep through the night. It was really that simple. We followed them for 2 months during this study. They lost 1.2 pounds per week during the entire study. We measured their anxiety, depression, cravings, fatigue, and exhaustion, and tiredness after work, and they were all significantly improved. And what was sort of amazing was there was, and in the article associated with this video, you can watch and read that entire study and read the details of the study. So if you want to read it and look at it, it was published in the Light on Ayurveda journal many, many years ago. But you can read the study and take a look for yourself and see the details. But I thought what was really interesting, I'll tell you one quick story. One of the patients there, and every week we'd meet and we'd say, how'd everybody do? And I lost this many pounds, I lost this many pounds, I feel this, I'm craving. And one woman said, I feel fantastic. I love eating this way. I love eating a big lunch. I'm not having supper. I feel great. I'll never stop eating this way. But I haven't lost any weight. The next week we'd meet, same thing. She'd raise her hand. I feel great. I love eating this way. I'll never stop eating this way, but I haven't lost any weight. Next week, same thing. So through the entire study, she was the one who felt the best, but she didn't lose a pound during the entire study. And I was like, this is a weight loss study. It would be great if you could lose a pound or two. It would help our numbers. But anyway, the study went by, and 6 months later, she came into my office here, and she came as a patient, and she came and she said, John. I said, what? She guess what? I said, what? She said, I lost 25 pounds. I said, when? She goes, I don't know. I told you I'll never stop eating this way. And I felt fantastic. And all of a sudden, I just started seeing my pants got really, really loose. And I got on the scale and I was 25 pounds less. And she was a really busy mom and a couple of jobs, yoga teacher, instructor, just really, really busy. And I said, during the study, I said, my only rationale for this is that your body might need a little convincing that the war is over, that you're not going to stress it out. Because when you're super stressed out and pushing really hard, the body's going to take the fat and store it under the mattress as a reserve fuel for emergencies down the road and crave more sugar, right? So we crave the emergency quick fuel, like a candy, comfort food, right? But we store the fat. So if we can convince the body the war is over, the body will eventually think maybe I should burn some of that fat. And that's exactly what happened, but it took a little longer for her, which is pretty crazy. And then fast forward, I think it was 2008, now we're looking at 8 years or 9 years later, I did some videos, Ayurvedic videos, DVDs with Gaia, that herbal company, Gaia. And they asked if I could get some people on video who had great success with the Ayurvedic diets. And so I thought about her because she was an interesting story. And I called her up out of the blue 8 years later, and she picks up the phone. And I asked her, do you remember me? And we did the study back in 2000. And she said, are you kidding me? She said, I've continued eating this way. I feel fantastic. And of course, I would love to give you a testimonial for your video. But I thought the really cool piece was, most diets, people get on, they get better, they start craving what they were told they couldn't eat, and they crash and burn, they go binging on all these other foods, and the diets last a year, 2, 3, or 5 years. Here she was some 8 to 9 years later and still loving it because she was eating with the seasons, which you probably all recognize this book because this is the first book I wrote about eating seasonal foods. Of course, you probably all know I'm a big fan of seasonal eating. We publish a free recipe list and grocery list and superfood list for every month of the year called the 3-Season Diet Challenge. You go to my website at lifespa.com and get that for free. It's fantastic information to get people motivated to get the benefits of seasonal eating, which is really what this book was about. But in there was the sort of the circadian weight balancing plan, which I just discussed with you. In the article here is associated with this video. You can read the study itself and gain more information about how to do a really powerful reset of your fat-burning weight balancing plan. And check that out at lifespa.com. Thanks for listening. I'm Dr. John Douillard. Hi, did you like this video? Do you like our content here at LifeSpa? You can subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/John Douillard right here. and get this valuable content every week in your inbox.
This recording is brought to you by LifeSpa, where ancient Ayurvedic wisdom meets modern science. Get access to free health video newsletters by Dr. John at lifespa.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.